And we're live. Welcome back, everyone. Craig here. It's been a little while. You may, if you've seen some of my past videos, you may recognize I'm in a different place right now. I've actually switched offices across the street. It's an older building, but it's actually set up a lot better for my needs in that this is actually a designated space just for recording and YouTubing and podcasting. So I hope to be able to bring you a lot more content. Still kind of laying out the how I want this room to work in terms of lighting. I may or may not use a green screen behind me that I have to figure out yet. But I have a lot more options here, so I'm really excited about that. Today's topic is um, at least 5 ways that I think you can or should be considering using YouTube to either make your business better or make your life better or both. So let me go through 5, and there may be more. These are the 5 that I've identified that I think it's really easy to sort of be um, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of um, one-sided or only view YouTube in one dimension, especially if you're trying to do it for a business purpose. Maybe you're trying to be an entrepreneur and sell products and things like that. So I want to just step back and talk about where I think 5 distinct ways that you can be using YouTube or thinking about the kind of content you put out on YouTube, as well as some of the other social media platforms, which I like to think of as a conduit towards YouTube and a way to promote YouTube as opposed to um, competing platforms to YouTube. So, number one, your personal profile. So I wear a lot of hats. Okay, I'm a guy. I'm a dad. I'm a husband. A father. I, you know, I like Minnesota Twins baseball. I like gardening. I like working out, things like that. That's who I am as a person. I like, certain kinds of music, certain kinds of movies, certain activities that make up me as a person, and I like following other channels. I follow farming channels. There's a 3 or 4 YouTube farming channels that I watch. I don't farm anymore, but I grew up farming and I've always enjoyed it, and I still actually work with farmers a little bit in my day job. So that's kind of one way. And one of the things that I've been using my personal profile for to try and sort of keep separate from some of these others that I'll talk about here in a moment is um, it's a way to just um, increase awareness of you, and just if nothing else, it's sort of a legacy builder. So when I go on vacation or go on trips or do things with the kids, if there's an opportunity to make a YouTube video, I'll make a YouTube video about it. I tend not to put my kids in it too much, but like my wife and I went to Arizona about a month ago and went up to visit the Grand Canyon, and I brought my uh, cameras along. This is one of my cameras. Brought along and recorded a bunch of footage and made a YouTube video, posted on YouTube, and then I share that on Facebook. So it's a way that you can use YouTube. I find it much easier to explain things in video and show things and then to try and write a bunch of stuff out. And most of us don't really want to read long posts. So it's a kind of a way that you communicate things, feelings about stuff, um, in a way that's easier to communicate and easier for other people to receive it in video, as well as you can use it to comment on other content creators posts. You leave comments, ask questions, things like that, and just get information. So I have a personal profile. I have a YouTube channel that's just my name, just me personally. I'll dabble in stuff that's related to sort of more marketing and things like that, but it's just tinges of it. It's not really the main focus of that. So that's personal. Most people, I think everyone should have a personal YouTube channel. Whether you put much content on it or not, use it to follow other channels, comment, learn, make yourself known, things like that. Second of all, and I think most of us have some sort of hobby or activity, thing that we like to do outside of work. So number two is use it to talk about or share something about a hobby or interest that you have. So I have a separate hobby channel. It's actually probably my best channel in terms of growth. It's called Homesteading Lawyer. It's just I put out a weekly video on that. Again, I use my Insta360 cameras primarily for that. I have two of them. Driving tractor, pushing snow, running chainsaw, splitting wood, that kind of stuff goes on that channel, and a lot of people are interested in that. Like I mentioned earlier, I like to follow farming channels. There are people that like to watch people homestead. I don't necessarily watch other people homestead, but I sort of live vicariously through people that are farming, and I think the same is true for people that watch my channel. Um, it is. I am not monetizing that channel, and I'm not sure that I will, but it's a really fun way to share stuff that I do that other people would be interested in watching or maybe learning from. So I have a hobby channel, Homesteading Lawyer. Maybe you do something. I mean, I'll tell you, you can do a channel on just about anything. I can hear the furnace fan is going to kick on a little moment. So this is going to be a test of the new office setup. Um, People that do quilting, um, Minecraft. I mean, you could just do anything. If you were a pilot, if you had a plane, I would be definitely having a YouTube channel for that. But just some sort of a hobby or thing that you can sort of give back, leave a legacy, enable people to find you, and maybe if you are someone who wants to use YouTube to online market yourself, this may be an opportunity for you to grow your audience and identify people that maybe down the road you have a product or service to offer them, or affiliate links. Like in this channel, I will be soon adding links to Amazon. So when I'm working with a particular tool, chainsaw, axe, things like that, I will include those links in the description, and if someone decides they want to click on it and go buy it, I'll get a small commission on it. So that's something to consider. You can use affiliate links through Amazon or other places to earn some money if you get people watching your video. It doesn't even just have to be YouTube's ad revenue thing. Actually, I think for most of us, ad revenue is not something we really should be thinking about or worrying about, because you have to have so many subscribers and so many hours, and the amount of ad revenue you get is so small that there's much better, quicker ways to monetize even personal or hobby channels through affiliate links, affiliate marketing, and things like that. So that's number two. So what's the third one? So the third one could be your professional profile, your business profile, whatever it is that you do. Or let's say if you just have a regular day job, but you are in the process of selling, you want to sell courses or online products or things like that. It could be your identity as a podcast coach, as a health and fitness coach, whatever the case may be. But you put that hat on and you build that profile. So I have one for my attorney business. Up until now, and I'll kind of talk about these other two in a moment here, but up until now, it's kind of been a catch-all for everything that I do and record relative to my legal business. Some of it's videos about me, some of it's about travels, interesting facts, educating people on the law and what I do, and trying to attract the customers, the clients that I want. Right now, I'm going to sort of move towards separating. I'm actually going to create distinct YouTube channels, and so then this one will be mostly just my professional profile, where people can come and learn about me, maybe get a better sense for who I am, how I operate, what it would be like working with me, things like that. So that's a third option, is your professional online profile, that you don't have to separate it from your personal profile, but I think good reasons to think about doing that. Um, or maybe you just want to do one or the other. But I think you can think of your YouTube presence as being a one path through your personal profile, your personal appearance, and second, on more of a professional basis. So that's the third one. So number 4 is business that you want. And this is something I'm sort of testing out myself. As I mentioned just a moment ago, my lawyer page has a whole range of stuff, both about just practice of law, what I do, but also the substantive information and education about the stuff that I do. What to do if you're involved in a car accident, what to do if you have a malpractice case, that kind of stuff. What are the elements of this claim or that claim? What are the damages you can seek? Those are things that I have up until now kind of mixed in with my professional profile, and I'll continue to have that stuff in there. But what you consider doing is having a separate standalone page, a YouTube page, just focused on the thing that you're selling or the thing that you do, independent from you. So to give you an example, I'm in the process of building out a YouTube page that's devoted strictly to Wisconsin car accidents. Okay. It's going to be me doing videos, but it's not going to talk about anything but car accidents. And it's only going to talk about it from the standpoint of someone who's in Wisconsin. So it's going to have all the videos, start to finish, intros, is going to be, that channel is going to be just videos on that kind of stuff. Okay. And what it'll allow me to do is, on my other channels, is if I'm talking about something and it leads into a conversation about car accidents, I can point people to that page. And then for those that really want that material, they can binge on all the stuff they want to find. People on that channel are not necessarily going to be subscribers. Subscribers aren't really going to matter on that channel. You want to have a place where people can come and they can just binge on your content and very easily find everything they want to know about the subject that brought them to you. They aren't really interested in having you filter through and talk about what you did in law school, where your favorite place to eat pizza is at. They just want to learn about car accidents. So that's one thing that you can do, is business that you do, business that you want, have a page that's just devoted to that. So that's number 4. Here's number 5, and this is the one I recently thought about that I think more people ought to consider. So number 4 was business that you want. Consider doing a YouTube page for business that you don't want. Why would you do that? Well, let me tell you why. There are types of cases, types of legal claims that I don't handle, don't want to handle, may not be qualified to handle, whatever the case may be. But I get calls from those people, right? They contact me. They want to know if I can help them. And it takes time to listen to people talk about something that you just can't help them with. And sometimes it takes time to explain to them why you can't help them. What I am doing is I'm building out separate YouTube channels for those types of cases that I don't handle and no one that works with me handles, for a couple of reasons. Number one, I get those videos off of the videos the channels that I want people to watch, whether it's my professional profile, the business that I want channel. So instead of doing videos on this channel that talks about cases that I don't want to handle, move them to a total separate channel and let people go over there and get the information that they want there. And it hopefully keeps people from finding you and calling you about stuff that you don't want to do anyway. So and it's a time saver, because sometimes there is information you can provide to people, even those that you can't technically represent, but you can help them by educating them. And so you could put a channel, a different page distinct from the ones that you want people to go to, and you can share it with them and say, you know what, I'm really sorry, I don't do that type of work, but I have a page that will answer a lot of those questions. Would you like me to share that with you? Sure. So you share that with them, and they go over there, and they're grateful because while you couldn't help them directly, you're able to help them indirectly by providing them with a lot of useful and valuable information about their particular problem, and it gets you off the phone. Maybe you avoid a phone call entirely. Time, right? It's a time saver. So sometimes you help yourself in your business not just by generating leads and clients for yourself, but by freeing up time that you would normally spend talking to people and responding to leads that you never going to be able to do anything with. So that's number 5, is a page devoted to the work that you don't want to do. And there may be others. So, certainly if people have thoughts, if you come on this video after the fact and you're like, here's a different way that I that use YouTube, or I'm thinking about using YouTube, leave it in the comments. I'd love to hear your ideas. There may be some that I'm not thinking of, and if I see a good idea, I'll give you credit for it. And I'll do a video on it. But there's just so many ways that you can use YouTube, and it doesn't always have to be with the idea of making money off of it. Now, YouTube is a great way to help yourself make money if you use it correctly. That's why a lot of people are going to YouTube. I use YouTube for business-related reasons, but it doesn't have to be the only reason, or it doesn't have to be the direct reason. You don't have to constantly be selling and telling people to call you and hire you. Some of it's just brand awareness, letting people know that you're out there. Provide useful content that people will come upon and see you as someone they can trust, or an expert that maybe you can lead them in the right direction. So there's lots of different layers and ways that you can use YouTube content to promote whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is that is important to you. And it can be things with no financial interest at all. Maybe, like I said, if you have a hobby and you want to share that, you want to make, provide a legacy. A lot of people at some point want to do more than just work, want to write a book. Well, making YouTube videos is way easier than writing a book, at least in my experience. I find it much easier to talk about things than I do to write and edit and all that. So YouTube just has so many different options and ways that you can use it if you just think outside the box a little bit. So I hope those 5 things were helpful to you. If you have any questions about any of that, feel free to get a hold of me. I hope you'll subscribe to the channel. I have a lot of really good stuff coming out, some materials, courses. If people want really a deep dive into some of this stuff, including some of the training materials I use for my staff who helps me, that's going to be coming out. So hope you'll stay tuned for that. So yeah, otherwise I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I appreciate everyone who came on the live stream and everyone who follows this video after the fact. And yeah, so until next time, everyone, have a good one.